Issue, yeah. Read 96. Sure, seeing was believing, right? Come to Hangzhou. I'll send the address when you get here, along with snacks and inspots. But hey, if your article gets published, you owe me big. Yeah, the country annals are a solid lead, but I'm still not sure about the method of longevity. Wanna meet IRL? Can't wait to hear the rest of your intel. So, country... marriage laws... May blossom growth and something... The Millennium Catastrophe. Okay. Am I supposed to click? Oh, I am supposed to click. Hey, I'm in Hangzhou already. Wow, you're fast. Seems like you could use a break. Go to Dolmen Street and try Grandma Wang's clear soup. Classic Hangzhou sweets. Can't promise you're still there, though. First stall was packed last time I went, but that was ages ago. Thanks, but I'm racing the clock here. Can we meet before it gets dark? At the stall you mentioned, I'm easy to spot. Green hair, glasses, a bunch of bags, and a notebook. Alright, but not at the stall. Follow this. Enter the county through the northern custom house. Head east past the Great Buddha Temple. Keep straight until you hit Zhang's pharmacy. Then turn south and walk onto the Paifang. You'll find Jin's well in the silent tree. I'll see you there. On my way. Ooh, voice acting time. Alright, let's do this. Any travel guide to Zhu County? Hi everyone! I'll be visiting Zhu County soon. Any recommendations for scenic spots, local snacks, or arcane lore worth checking out? Welcome to Zhu County. Come check out my dessert stall. It's just north of the custom house. I'll give you a discount. Being blue. That signature. Are you from Atsu? Zhou County is moving up in the world. You should check out the city wall. It's remarkably well preserved. Speaking of which, don't go to Kangol Pedestrian Street at night. Don't say I didn't warn you. Or what? You'll stuff yourself to your belly bursts? By the way, does anyone here know wind-related arcane skills? I've been walking around and the airflow in a lot of places feels sluggish. Did anyone else notice this? Is there a story behind it? I don't know much about arcane skills, but my family once hired a feng shui consultant when we were looking to buy a storefront on Renmin West Road. He said the chi nearby was stagnant, and that we'd need a real master to fix it. Would you be happy to be a master, OP? Want to come take a look? No, thanks. But I don't actually do feng shui readings. I just use raid arcane skills for work. OP's talking a lot of nonsense. Zhu County is a place where wind gathers in chi pools. One of the best feng shui locations in the whole country. That's why it's thrived since ancient times. Huh. On my way! Hey, I searched the entire county and asked loads of elders about Jin's well and Grandma Wang's dessert, but no one's heard of them. You got any worries about meeting up? Please let me know if there's anything I can do. I really need to meet you in person. Sorry, but I can't do that. Maybe try the old gates? That lack hasn't changed much. You'll know if I'm lying when you get there. Girl, you need to run. This is a trap.
Secondary location?
Why there? And could you please give me more details? Otherwise, I'm not sure I can trust you anymore. You can read the flow of chi, can't you? I saw you use the wind to contact your friends. Great to finally find another chi reader. Perhaps destiny guided us to each other. The thing is, I need a chi reader to untie the wind knots in the county for me. I wish I could let you start an easy one, but it seems I don't have a choice. There's a wind knot at the old gates. Untie it and I'll come find you. I have to go. I have said too much and may have drawn unnecessary attention. Be careful. I'll talk to you later. A wind knot? How did you know I contacted my friends? Have you been spying on me?
Imagine playing a team with 2 eagles though, that's wild.
Please try refreshing before you reply. F5 sects.
Live forever. Believe in the Lord.
Are you still there?
Nope. It's a good thing I start from the beginning then, because it does help.
I walked past the stadium today and noticed the woods out back have been fenced off with sheet metal. Someone told me it's a construction site now. I used to pick pine cones there with my mates when I was a kid. Seeing it like that got me feeling a little sentimental, so I wanted to share a true story with my family. My great-grandfather was a traveling merchant when he was young. He only came home for the new year. One winter, heavy snowfall buried the roads. He couldn't tell which direction was which. By the time he eaten through all his rations, he still hadn't found the main road. He figured that was it for him. Time to eye his goods in the thicket and try to find some way to get word to his family. But just then, a chipmunk darted out of the bush, shouted at him a few times, and took off running. Something told him to follow it. The chipmunk led him to a tree, hurled up the trunk, and vanished. He looked around and found a huge stash of pine nuts stuck beneath the roots. As soon as he gathered them up, another chipmunk appeared and led him to a cache of peanuts. 3 chipmunks in all. And thanks to the food they led him to, he held out until the snow stopped. Eventually, a fellow traveler passed by, and my great-grandfather followed him home. Now, this was nearly 100 years ago. I'm definitely not saying people should go raiding a wild animal's winter stockpile, but because of what happened, our family started a tradition. Every year, after the winter solstice, we grab a handful of nuts like peanuts, cashews, and almonds, and leave them out for the chipmunks in the nearest patch of woods. No incense, no prayer. Just bury the nuts by the roots. My grandfather once as a kid, and I swear I saw a chipmunk watching us from behind the branch. Sioux County's booming these days, and new construction is a good thing, but there are way fewer groves and fields when I was little. Where are the chipmunks, the hedgehogs, and the birds supposed to go? So if you don't mind me saying, if any of you have a chance, scatter a little millet on your balcony and hang up a birdhouse. It might just help a few small lives. Not every animal is going to repay the favor, but who knows? You might end up with a wonderful story of your own someday.
So this is the Science and Nature board?
All things truly do have spirits. Who knows? Maybe the next commenter will be an arcane chipmunk in disguise. Wait, how'd you know? Hold on. I actually found a pile of almonds in the woods once. Every single one is perfectly plump. So that's what was going on? Something's been going on with Endless Stream lately, and I need to get this off my chest. I'm an old-timer here, been around since '92, back when the site first launched and you started to queue up for a dial-up connection. Then, in '94, L decided he wasn't even the admin yet, to upgrade the form to what it is today. I was so excited, I pulled an all-nighter helping him get it done. Now, even though I stepped down as a mod a while back, I still talk a lot with active users like Wa, Wanderer, and Cloud. And I stay involved in all kinds of forum business. After a lot of thought, I finally decided to write this post. First, the technical side. All accounts have surged lately, especially spammers flooding the board with ads. If this keeps up, it'll put unnecessary strain on the server. On top of that, complaints about stolen accounts keep rolling in. Our telnet setup is solid at this point, sure, but look overseas, HTTP-based forums are already gaining serious traction. If we just rely on our members' technical skills and don't keep up with the times, we'll be replaced by forums running on newer tech. Second, the people. Internet forums today are what the Agora was to ancient Greece, and what salons and cafes were to ancient century Paris. The arrival of the internet is sure to open up the world of thought like never before. We even ran a relay effort during last year's county-wide water outage. But lately, posts about gossip and celebrity drama hit 300 replies like it's nothing. And worse, people are out here pretending to be celebrities. I urge everyone to write quality posts and support the good ones. If we don't, Endless Stream will end up shallow and worthless. Hello, world.
Well said.
You're just someone's alt, aren't you?
Bumping this. I have watched this forum grow from the start. Of course, I want to see it keep getting better. The plot thickens.
Ooh, side lore. Let's go.
Sports and wellness.
Last time, we talked about how chi is the fundamental substance behind all things with form. Solid, liquid, or gas. The gathering dispersal of chi within matter is what drives the creation and dissolution of physical things. But how does this process actually work? This time, let's dig into how chi transforms. In fact, chi is always in flux, just like the seasons. Spring is the autumn, and the circle never stops. You've all learned the 24 solar terms song in school, right? Each solar term is divided into 3 pentads, which means the climate shifts 72 times in a single year. Sounds like a familiar number? That's exactly how many transformations Sun Wukong can perform. And whether we're talking about Sun Wukong's 70 transformations or the 72 pentads of the year, from the perspective of chi, they're really the same thing. The chi that makes up all physical matter is constantly shifting. When the flow of chi changes, the things it constantly changes with it. The third pentad of Awakening of Insects says, hawks transform into cuckoos. The second pentad of Pure Brightness says, field mice transforms into quails. The climate shifts, so the animals shift along with it. It's the same principle behind trees budding in spring and bearing fruit in autumn. Nothing mysterious about it. Fortunately, the arcane energy in the world today is far weaker than it was in ancient times, so phenomena the ancients described, like the great conefish transforming into the pengbird, aren't commonly seen these days. Though, if you're lucky, you might still catch withered grass spawning fireflies. And lifespans like those of Dachun, the ancient tree, or Pengzhou, the legendary elder, that are long gone, but the transformation of chi still acts on every living thing. Sun Wukong originally thought Art Master Puti learned the 70 transformations because he sought longevity. If you can learn directly the flow of chi within yourself, you may not be able to shapeshift like the Monkey King. But you can still achieve the goal of a longer, healthier life. How exactly do you regulate your own chi? Stay tuned for the next post. I'm typing as fast as I can.
Oh, look at all the ASCII art. Fun.
Great read. So, based on your last post, sunlight, flames, and even electric currents are all manifestations of chi? Does that mean, my lords, if we learn to regulate chi, we can control electricity and get free internet? LOL.
Whew, that was a long post. I mean, there's a forum, so I get why they're able to, like, write these out like this in this format. But also, my lungs. Part 4. Summer's Lease. They turn their head as the first leaf flutters to the ground.
Are you still there? Who are you? Why are you telling me all this? Whose memory did I see in the knot? Was it yours? You said you had the method of longevity. Is it hidden in this memory? I untied the knot like you said, and can you meet now? I'm not obligated to answer your questions, but I can assure you, I have the method of longevity. If you want it, untie all the knots in the town. I'll give it to you. In return, you have my word. What? That's not what we agreed. And how did you know about Otto's network? Why do you want me to untie all the knots? Please explain all this. How can I make a deal with someone I don't trust? You make me laugh. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaf hath all too short a date. It's almost autumn, isn't it? How much time do you have left? You must understand that this benefits us both.
Oh, we didn't even choose to respond this time. Oh, these are all different characters. Okay. Here we go. Interested in the ritual of banishing evil and praying for a bountiful year? Ever dreamed of turning heads in the gorgeous ritual costume? The Wame Village Still team, Shield County, is urgently looking for 2 substitutes for our White Horse Warriors. We're also looking for 10 gong, drum, and sona players. Requirements: must know how to walk on stilts, tall, strong, and presentable. To make sure ready to perform at next year's Spring Festival, you'll need to commit to regular rehearsals. Locals preferred. If you're a total beginner or the type who gives up after 3 days, please don't bother. If you're interested, come find me at the open ground in front of the Wangmei Village Shrine. Rain or shine, I'll be there waiting.
Can I ask where the original White Horse Warriors went? I heard they got into a huge fight with the Red Horse performers that day. What are you performing as this year? Can I play Bao Sanyang?
Walking on stilts I can handle, but I heard you also have to put on armor while on the stilts and wave command flags on top of that. That's way too hard.
Can I come to see Brother Long in action?
Ah, there's a side lore.
4.3.2 Commander. Timekeeper. A commander was charged with the protection of a single city or fortress. Stationed at the city garrison, he commanded the local constables and answered to the corps leader and the provincial governor. The commander managed all military affairs in the city, including provisions, pay, and the administration of garrison farmland. Wanzhou frequently encountered trouble from Yaos, so the commander bore an additional duty: Yao disaster mitigation. This meant keeping them from infiltrating the county and stamping out any that caused trouble in the countryside. Working with the local soldiers, the commander investigated Yao-related incidents, arrested those who damaged farmland, and exterminated any violent Yao.
Yeesh. One step away from genocide, huh?
4.5.1 Constable. Patrol bearers were deadly established in county towns and at key roads and river crossings. They answered to the local magistrate and the commander, and they followed military dispatch orders. The head of a patrol bureau was the chief constable. a rank of the lowest 9th grade. The constable led a force of archer conscripts to down local farmers. His primary duties were interrogating travelers, apprehending bandits, and guarding against Yao. The rank of constable was a humble one, and most were promoted from minor clerks, as scholars and degree holders considered the post beneath them. Performance reviews were held every 3 years, with a full evaluation of 9. The standards were harsh, and promotions were rare.
This is exactly what I need for my grad school entrance exam. Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hope these help. Good luck on your exam. Sivuk, thanks for putting these together. What about the middle sections, though?
Weiss has a sleeps for the week, and I'm very weak. Yeah, listening to my body here, I'm gonna end stream early today and only go for 12 hours. Today has been a wild one, for sure. But I think I'll get past 11. Maybe I'll go like 14 or 15.
You must understand that this benefits us both. I know who you are.
Are you sure? More side lore to do.
We were clearing out the family shrine today and found a set of no opera masks. My arcane skill lets me see things when I touch objects. So, I went through them one by one. Here's what I got. Jizo mask. A faint image of a tall man. Looked full of energy, with a loud voice. Chongqi mask. My uncle. He used to wear this one all the time when I was little, and my brain just can't get past that. So I couldn't see anything.
The music is getting really distracting.
So I couldn't see anything past Chongqi itself. Don't mind me.
Again, the music is good, but it's like hard to read over it. I've noticed that a few times now.
Fei Wei mask. Someone reading a book. Looked like my middle school English teacher. Tengjian mask. Hard to make out. A humanoid shape, but not quite human. More like an animal or a monster of some kind. Anju mask. This one was the strangest. While the others, I could at least make out the shadow of a figure. But with Lanju, nothing. All I saw was a street. Kind of like the road leading to the Central Park. At the far end, a big round moon. Shangliang mask. A blinding flash of lightning. And someone talking on the phone. My dad took the rest before I could get to them, so that's all I've got. Do these images mean anything? Ideas?
A rhinoceros, huh? Side note, did the wind knots or similar blind you? It reminds me of Tides of Thought and Reveries keeping my units dazed. A little bit.
If you've got the names right, those all sound like Shanzhou beast masks. My guess? What you saw were the things they've eaten. Well, excluding your uncle, of course.
As far as I know, there are no records of Shandao beasts taking human form. The people you saw might be the Zhentong they were entrusted with. And if you couldn't see anyone, maybe that means the Shandao beast has lost Senji for good. Just guessing though. Would you be willing to tell us more about your arcane skill?
Your arcane skill is the real deal. Lanju gazing at the moon, Qianglang with lightning. Anyone who knows their stuff can tell from those two alone that you're not making it up. There are a lot of different accounts of what Lanju looked like, but a few people know that Lanju is actually a rhinoceros. In folk legend, the rhino was a general sent down from the heavens, and that's why it loves to gaze at the moon, longing for someone to bring it home. They say Lanju's power can shake heaven and earth, and a single roll of its body can trigger an earthquake. Back in the day, Fang Shangxi had to call upon the power of Dunzang, the god of Sheti, and wage a fierce battle before finally subduing it. But once subdued, Longju just curled up underground and has been sleeping ever since. The laziest of all the Shanzhao beasts. Alright, just gonna keep an eye for our rhinoceros.
Source: Buzhong Online. On the 9th this month, a fisherman on the Lake Taihu netted a South China carp weighing 189 jin and measuring 2.2 meters in length. Experts sampled its scales and determined that the fish is roughly 245 years old, making it the longest-lived carp on record. The local Water Environment Research Institute has purchased the carp from the fisherman and plans to release it back in the wild after further study.
If it lived long enough, would it turn into a long?
Whoa! What a giant fish! Imagine the size of the pot you need to stew that thing!
Carps are spiritual creatures, just like turtles, snakes, cats, and dogs. But this one must be something truly extraordinary. A spirit among spirits. It's likely found a method of cultivation, one that lets it sense the way and even refine itself in accordance with the way. That's how it's lived so long. If I'm not mistaken, when the experts release their findings, the patterns of its swimming will turn out to align with certain mathematical principles. So, what is the way? The way is an infinite existence and the sum of all natural laws. That which is above form is called the way. The way is the origin of all things. Everything takes the way as its foundation, and the way in turn manifests within them all. Check out my other post for more details. Really? That alien Sichuan post is yours too, right? There you go. Better. Do you know the way?
I'm a long-time fighting game player. Critters Clash is the hottest game right now, so I headed to the arcade to get a few rounds in. Start with Turtle, tons of HP, but the attacks are painfully slow and the damage is laughable. Not exactly a character built for someone at my level, so I switched to the Rat. The moves look flashy, and I figured they had to hit hard, so I challenged one guy to 1v1. He ran the Black Dog, and a single strike knocked me down half HP. 2 hits and the match was over. 10 rounds, 10 losses. He explained that HP is based on each animal's natural lifespan. Turtles live a long time, so the turtle has more HP. But these animals have all become Yaos. Every one of them can live for centuries. Why should the old lifespan distinction still matter? Can anyone actually win a match with a rat?
Regular Yao live just as long as their animal forms. The rat's lifespan is only a few months, so naturally, its HP bar reflects that. Yaos aren't exactly common these days, so it's totally understandable that you didn't know. The game stays true to the lore, while still balancing the numbers and the HP gaps don't become unplayable. Solid design, in my opinion.
Aha! What a noob. You didn't even know how to chain your moves. No wonder you got stomped. With the rat input, down A, right, down, right, D, cancel into right, diagonal right, down, diagonal left, left, diagonal right, right, B. Do it properly, and you've got an infinite combo.
This replies when needed by moderator.
Please keep it civil. You've been banned for 1 month.
It's almost like she's using them as batteries, rather than as creating their own sources.
My friends, do you practice Qi? My grandma said that when her grandfather was young, everyone practiced Qi to develop their arcane skills. Over time, though, the Qi in the world grew thin, and the practice all but died out. Grandma's from Zhu County, and our family has a little rhyme that was passed down. It opened with, The White Horse School shows you the way to longevity. Let's go worldly concerns seek stillness. I've been curious about what this White Horse School actually is, but my grandma doesn't know either. Any Zhu County folks out there can shed some light? I went to the library and did some digging. It looks like the sect dates back to the late Tang Dynasty. Some Song Dynasty records mention that its members practiced inner alchemy and had a unique way to subdue evil beasts. The process was apparently exhausting, and the sect needed considerable time to recover after each one.
So there is a trial here that they have to go through.
Evil beast? Could these be the legendary Shandao beast? Several Genji family lines have been lost, and the Shandao beast have vanished along with them. Hard to say. The White Horse School also shows up in records from the early Ming Dynasty. There were plenty of odes and poems written in its honor, and many officials donated money to build its temple. Its leader even held an official post at one point. They were clearly held in high regard back then. But all of these records are clustered within just a few years. After that, the White Horse School seems to have faded. Official documents began emphasizing that its members should only focus on self-cultivation and stay out of worldly affairs. The final record comes from the Hanzhou Prefectural Gazette. A great earthquake struck Hanzhou. Bandits raided the White Horse School, seeking longevity. Many perished on that mountain. What exactly happened will take more digging to uncover.
I wonder if the bandits here included Zheng Heguang's father.
I am from Zhu County and I've never heard of this. Sounds like something out of a wuxia novel. The road to preserving traditional culture is long.
Hey, some side lore. It's been a hot minute. Alright, what you got for me?
My lord, I assure you that the diamonds are real. My family has passed down a legendary sword, the very longevity treasure once wielded by the immortal of Fanzhou. The immortals sacrificed their life to save Zhu County, and entrusted the sword to my ancestor. The sword is white jade, with a blade forged from crystal, lithards, cinnabar, and fluorite using ancient arcane skills. Anyone in the know will tell you swords like this require repeated forging in a furnace, with heavy infusions of chalcanthite essence and specific arcane materials. When enough powerful materials are used, the blade can interact with chi, what is known as today as arcane energy, my lord. The longevity sword in my possession does exactly that. A wielder with the right resonance can read and control chi, and may even refine their own chi to reach longevity. No effect? Blame your lack of talent, lol. This sword is a prized artifact. A comparable chi-regulating vessel sold at auction in the Shanghai not long ago for 100,000 clear drops. I had no intention of selling, my lord, but my family has fallen on hard times and I'm in urgent need of funds. I'm willing to part with it below its true value. If anyone knows an auction house or a serious collector, leave me a message.
That's a fake. The real one is mine. Not for sale.
Locals all know this legend is a scam. The front page is full of ads like this. Don't get fooled. Real sword for unsharper donkeys.
Excuse me. Master Ren's facade falls away to reveal she's bald! Evil! Year, EQ, epicenter, magnitude 1393, Wanzhou 434. 1425, Lianzhou 534. 1468, Wanzhou 6. 1481, Haozhou 6. 1491, Shizhou 5. 1497, Anxing 434. 1500, Zhouzhou 434. 1514, Wanzhou 6. 1525, Huazhou 512. 1535, Chizhou 434. 1537, Fengyang 512. 1561, Chizhou 434. 1572, Huanzhou 434. 1585, Luzhou 534. 1610, Huanzhou 6.
Was it 1572? What was the era name for that year? I vaguely remember there being funerals and celebrations. It was the first time I cleared a chi blockage on my own. Doctor, who hasn't had their heart broken? My heart is cold, and so is the autumn wind against my cheek.
Alright. I'll just read this next piece of side lore and I'll take my break here. It's been 6 hours since we started the stream, so frequent breaks are important. But first, side lore.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for their help. I'm a history graduate student currently researching the family history of the Li of Hanzhou, a gentry family that produced many imperial scholars throughout the Ming Dynasty. The Li originally settled in Zhou County, but relocated to Chunsound sometime after the 17th century. Their family rule states this would escape a disaster in Zhou County. They received reliable advance warning and evacuated several days before it struck, sparing the family from casualties. The Li weren't alone. The Liu, Chen, and Li families of Hanzhou all have records of departing Zhou County around the same time, and cross-referencing their accounts confirms timing aligns. All of them left in the period surrounding the disaster. The Huanzhou Prefectural Gazette records only official reassignments after the disaster. The county magistrate and the commander were both transferred elsewhere, and the fates of many other officials remains unknown. Stories from Hanzhou has a more specific and unsettling record. At that time, the sun and moon hung together in the sky. The earth split in two from the gate of the School of May, opening a rift miles on the swallowed souls. When the governor had investigated, they couldn't find a single human dead or alive. Only clothes, dead plants, and animals. I suspect the Zhou County Annual may have more detailed records. Ming Dynasty annuals aren't easy to come by, though. Does anyone have access?
Great work! There might be an original copy in the Zhou County Library. I'll check for you.
Thank you. Only local officials and wealthy families evacuated. I believe there's more to the story.
I have to share a supernatural experience. That May tree in the Central Park is genuinely haunted. I've been working night shift as security guard at the Central Park. The one with that enormous May tree, right next to the Immortal Residence. One night I woke from a nap and spotted a mule staring at me inside the security room. It had copper coins and red paper hanging from its body. Not the kind of thing you see nowadays. Creepy. I froze and eventually it wandered off. Honestly, it shook me up. But it was just a mule, so I pushed through and kept the job. Then one day, every bud on the May tree dropped. That same night, while I was on patrol, I spotted a woman in red floating beside the tree from across the park. She was humming a little tune and drifted right past me. I ran off, told my supervisor the next day, and he didn't believe a word of it. He even accused me of slacking off. After that, tourists showed up and the May tree bloomed again. Last night I ran into something under the tree once more. This time it was a long-haired man. I heard him murmuring something about sleeping too long and asking what time it was. Oh, scared me half to death.
I've always thought the May tree looks like the core of an array. Something sealing away a powerful evil. The blossoms falling means the array is broken. The tree blooming again means the evil energy is surging. The further from the core, the weaker the seal, which is why the mule appeared at the outer edge of the park. Does anyone know anything about those two evil spirits? I doubt they'll be easy to deal with.
Oh, is something terrible about to happen in Zhou County? Breaking news. Officials have just sealed out Central Park. They say they're investigating arcane matters, and I knew it. Something was really there. Nonsense.
The blockage of chi between heaven and earth has been cleared. The last longevity sword chi has been channeled into the May tree. Everything has come full circle. May that old tree flourish for another 1,000 years.
But as I send you off, oh, hang on, wait. Special thanks first. A special thank you to Melodical for the follow, Saint Sinna and Alexilia for the raids. Please check out Alexilia and Sinna over on their channels. They're both wonderful people who do wonderful things. And as I send you off, keep in mind, remember that Decaf NVIDIA is your Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial share alike, 4.0 international license. Off you get.
You can ring my bell,